welcome back. So now we are going to learn how to impute an interest rate, or basically calculate an interest rate. In the next two videos, there are two industries that I find a little objectionable, and they're perfectly legal. And if you like to, be involved in these industries, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I just want to make sure that before you take advantage of either of these two financial vehicles, that you really understand what it is that you are paying. So I'm going to try not to make this too preachy, but they're just things that I really feel passionately about. So I'd like to share them with you if you would allow me. Okay, so we're going to go back to Excel. And so here's the first one. And this is the places where you pay to have your taxes done. And there's a million good reasons to pay to have your taxes done. The tax law can be very, very complicated. And so that's good. But for people who have lower incomes, like, probably students, you can get your taxes done for free through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. This is sponsored by the IRS. We actually have a program here at FLC where you can volunteer to help people get their taxes done for free. And if that's something you're interested in, let me know. We'll probably be kicking that off at the beginning of next semester. All right, so our friend Chris, he needs to file his tax return, and he wants to get his refund right away because he knows a guy whose cousin has tickets to the March Madness basketball tournament. Chris obviously is not living in a COVID time, and God bless him. All right, so he's eligible for a $3,000 refund. So he could get his tax return prepared for free through the VITA program, and they'll electronically file his taxes, but he can't get his refund that same day. He's got to wait for the IRS to give him his refund. And currently, electronic filers are receiving their refunds in 10 days. And that's about right. Usually the refund comes really anywhere from about 7 to 3 weeks. It could be up to 3 weeks. Okay, so this could be 21 days. In fact, you know what? I'm going to change this to 21 days just so it doesn't look like I'm being completely biased about the tax preparation industry, even though we both know I am. All right. So he's going to pay $60 to have his return prepared. And the preparer is going to give him an interest-free loan on his tax refund. So he's going to get his $3,000 today. He's going to get his March Madness tickets. For Chris, this is a small price to pay. And so this is totally valid. But let's see, what is this actually costing him? Okay, so the amount of the loan is basically going to be, well, they're going to give him the amount of his refund. I'm going to put that in there. The amount of his refund is $3,000, okay? Chris is actually only going to get $2,940 of that because his fee to get the taxes prepared are $60. The term of the loan, so we don't actually need this, it's 21 days. So let's give us a 21-day thing. So let's say he gets it prepared on February 1st, 2020. And so that means that he would have received his refund on the 22nd, okay, 21 days later. All right, so to impute the interest, how much did it cost Chris if we consider that $60 an avoidable fee that he could have avoided paying if he had gone through the VITA program or just done it himself or something. So that $60 is really what we're considering the quote unquote interest he paid. All right. So we're going to go again to formulas, financial, and we're going to go to one called int rate, INTRATE, and that's going to give us the interest rate. All right, so the settlement is the amount of the, that's the settlement date. So the settlement date is the date he receives his refund. The maturity date is the date that he would have received his refund had he waited. So that's the amount of time basically he was borrowing the money for. The investment is going to be $3,000 minus the tax preparation fee, because he actually only got $2,940, and the redemption is the amount that he would have received if he had waited. So the total amount of the refund. And that comes out to be 35%. Okay. So basically, to get his, I'm going to put this up here so you can see my face. So in order for Chris to get his money 21 days faster, he paid 35% interest on that loan. Now, they didn't call it interest. They just called it a fee for preparing his tax returns, which is totally legitimate. But the only reason he went there is so he could get that same day refund. So he basically paid 35% to get his $3,000 or $2,940 21 days earlier. So maybe that makes sense, right? Maybe he really wanted to go to March Madness. Maybe it doesn't. But what I want you to understand when you start paying for services to get things like a rapid refund loan, that there is a cost to that, and just make sure that you're cool with it. And if you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. In my opinion, doesn't even count. All right, in the next one, we're going to look at cash payday loans, which I'm not quite as cool with. All right, we'll see you.